Tanchi Weaver's back on the set with us, and Tanchi, you are a committed Christian woman.
Yes, I
and
am.
I am a committed Christian, but we come from slightly different theological perspectives.
That's true.
You are a strong Catholic, and I'm a strong Protestant, but we have something in common. It's the Lord, Jesus,
right.
the living Christ. That's a pretty powerful thing in common, isn't it?
I think we have more things in common than we do that separate.
Yes, and I've been cheering the Catholic Church, as you know, because they are taking the lead for morality in America, while much of the Protestant churches are sitting on their pews, as it were. The Catholic Church is vocal.
Well, and this is a kind of a recent development. I too am heartened by it, and I do not want to disparage any other denomination, but I think this is a time when we really need to be vocal. We need to be willing to sacrifice certain things. There are many parishioners that maybe are uncomfortable with the stand that the church has taken, but there is, you know, in our modern times, there's a spiritual war going on all the time within the church as well.
Yes, it's not just outside the walls of the church. There's a very real battle going on within the walls of the Catholic Church and Protestant churches.
That's right.
You see people who are committed, I mean really committed to Christ in either of those denominations, if you will, and then you see people who would sign on for anything. You see nuns for Obama, and you see...
Well, and I think that it was stated very well. There was a statement on one of our bulletin covers. Father Corbin did take some excerpts from a statement from a bishop in Illinois who did talk about intrinsic evil and the fact that there are certain things that remain intrinsically evil. Those things have not changed. Truth never changes.
That's right.
Regardless of the age.
That's right.
And this has become the age of relativism, and just because a certain percentage of Catholic women, the Guttmacher Institute loves to come out with studies showing how in their view, the Catholics are hypocrites because so many Catholics practice artificial birth control. Well, you know, I don't care how many percentage of them do. It still doesn't change the teaching of the church, and 100% of people sin.
You know, an old Baptist pastor was once asked when he was trying to recruit someone to come to his church, and this gentleman said, "Well, Pastor, I'm sorry, there are just too many hypocrites in the church." And the pastor's response was, "Well, come on, there's always room for one more."
My mother used to say that churches, because I was away from the church for a long time, and just, you know, not leading a hedonistic life, but just not where I was supposed to be. And I heard God calling me through the efforts of friends. I came back one day, a little trepidatiously. I walked in expecting the lightning, but I remembered my mother saying, churches are hospitals for sinners, not museums for saints.
Isn't that the truth?
So I figured I qualified to come through the doors. And yes, I will credit the Pope and the strength of many of our bishops and clergy, and our local bishop here, Bishop Gruss, has been very outspoken in support of the teachings of the moral teachings of the church and the effort to preserve our religious freedom, because, as you know,
yes,
religion is not something that is confined within the walls of a building. Your faith is who you are and how you live your life and how you treat others, and to try and confine it to the walls, within the walls of a building, isn't the way it works.
No, and unfortunately, if you keep it outside the walls of government, it certainly doesn't work.
We're reaping those rewards now.
Yes. Call your legislators, state and federal, and tell them it's time to bring morality back to our country.